Vote Must Count convener Dr. Barry Johnson has called on Nigerians to report to the street on the first day of presidential tribunal as sign of displeasure to the result of presidential election of February 25, 2023, also calling for cancellation of Adamawa state governorship election and arrest of those that committed electoral fraud. Dr. Barre, however, demanded arrest of immigration officer who committed acts of impersonation of Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi that led to his detaining of Peter Obi in UK.
Say we are going to continue to be on the streets, and we're calling all Nigerians who voted for their preferred presidential candidate not to forget to come out on the streets on the first day of the tribunal so that it will be a sign of registration of grievance against the illegal move of INEC presenting a fake result against the wishes of the Nigerian people. And again, for the Adamawa State election, Vote Must Count International Initiative is hereby calling on total cancellation of that election and total arrest of those who have committed the crime of rigging. Practically, it is clear that rigging is treason, and that is what the DSS is expected to swing into action with the Nigerian police to arrest those who commit such crimes against the wish of Nigerian people. And I call on every Nigerian in that state to stand aside and allow justice to count at this time in history. And in the issue of the person who used Peter Obi's um, passports to travel or to commit crime in a duplication of Peter Obi identity in the UK. I think it's time for the Nigerian government to step up and call those immigration officers who issued that passports to book. They should prosecute them. They should jail them according to the laws of our country. Because in the capacity of Peter Obi as a presidential candidate and as a man who the Nigerian people voted for in May 29th, I mean, in 25th of February, I think he is somebody who should not be joked with. This case is a serious case of impersonation and aided by the government of President Muhammadu Buhari using the immigration to commit this act. I think they should be shown the way out of government by getting them first arrested and also um, prosecute them and let the laws of the country judge them at the end of the day. For now, I think uh, we are on, and the vote must count remains the organization that promotes democracy and respect for the rule of law and election in Nigeria.
Arrest of the person that impersonated Peter Obi.
Yes,
Do you know him?
the people who sponsored it should know who the person is. It is the responsibility of the government of President Muhammadu Buhari to swing into action to find out who committed that crime. That is an immigration crime. And for me, it is even enough for the head of the immigration to be sacked because you cannot continue to dole out uh, passports in the name of other people just to disrespect the person or to commit atrocity in the name of the person to bring the person down.
Have you done your findings to know where the person, uh, the departure of the actual person?
The person was arrested in UK. The person entered UK
From
from Nigeria. That's why the UK government was able to trace it. That person is already identified. And it is the job of the immigration and it's the job of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to call that person to action and to ask the immigration of the United Kingdom to give them the information needed to nail that person. But definitely, no individual can go and make any passport without the influence of the immigration. So all those who committed those crimes should be called to book. It's an immigration crime.
Are you sure it wasn't his name?
And the UK should also apologize to Nigeria.
Are you sure the name is not the actual name of the actual person?
Even if the name is the actual name of the person, what about the age? What about the biometrics and the age? The biometrics is the reason why the UK government got to have Peter Obi detained and questioned, because they cannot use one person, two people cannot have the same biometrics. So it is now the rights of the Nigerian government to go and meet the EU and the UK government to sit down, synergize, and bring out the copies and let prosecution start. Because this is a crime against humanity. This is a crime to disrespect the personality of Peter Obi as a presidential candidate. And you know, for the reason why vote must count is coming into this, is because we need to speak out and stop this nonsense that this government of President Muhammad Buhari has carried out over the 8 years they've ruled Nigeria. This is an abuse of office. That person should be called to book. All the people who committed this crime in the immigration office should also be arrested. It's a crime committed by government because immigration is a government facility.
Well, that takes me to the other one that was mentioned about Tinubu, Swaju Bola Tinubu, as regard to his Guinea passports.
Yeah.
Has he ever made use of the passport? Have you done your findings to be sure that really he actually got the passport? Is the owner of the passport? If what happens to Peter Obi has happened, don't you think is it the same way that somebody brought that out? This is the first time we are hearing that.
I'm not sure it's the same way. It's not the same issue. Ahmed Bola Tinubu has a dual citizenship of Nigeria
Guinea-Bissau.
and Guinea-Bissau. Again, Conakry. And Peter Obi was impersonated using by a passport used by a Nigerian, issued by the Nigerian immigration.
Is it Nigerian immigration that issued?
Of course, who issues the Nigerian passport?
So one can as well take it that passport of Peter Obi was as taken by the Nigerian government.
Of course, because he carried the same biometrics. That's why the man was arrested. So definitely, the issue of Peter Obi passport is not the same issue of Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Ahmed Bola Tinubu is a crime against the Electoral Act, which says no Nigerian candidate can contest election to the seat of the president with a dual citizenship. Whether Ahmed Bola Tinubu used the passport or not does not count. What counts is that he has a dual citizen that is against the law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, backed by the Electoral Act of 2022.
Have you done your findings?
The passport is in the air. It's enough for us to say he should let it go.
Thank you.
Even Tinubu himself have not been able to challenge the passport. We had Raji Fashola yesterday on TV. He could not answer the question that was given to him to answer by Showa Kibulae of the channels.
Why don't you wait till Tinubu comes around and
we don't need to wait. It's something the Nigerian people need to know. He can answer for anywhere if he's alive. His attacked dogs are there. They should come out and protect him if it's all about protection and the issue of propaganda.
Gbemiga Olamikon, GTV Africa.